What's up, people? Perry here with another Mr. Random challenge. In the last episode, we went about our business and we made one of these with the two inspirational items that we got. And just to refresh your memory, they are iron bars and the word tower. So I took the unevenness of the look of the iron bars, combine it with the word tower, so I thought it would be good to build in a vertical type fashion, and I came up with this little gem. I think I said that last episode. We came up with this little gem. I thought that the colors kind of worked well. Unfortunately, with the way that the shadowing works, it wasn't really showing up that well, but I do like the fact that it's a nice white balanced tone to the whole thing. I think that things worked out pretty good. I wasn't looking very favorably upon this sort of build, but it turned out quite well, which can happen when you're looking for inspiration. So we're going to move on to another challenge. What does Mr. Random have for us today? We will see. Of course, if you want to play along yourself, you can go ahead and download. There's some links down below. Or if you want to follow along with me, you can go ahead and just play the items that we get from this little thing. Oh, here we go. Look at that, a diamond. Cool. And if you happen to do one yourself, be sure to tweet me out a picture out at ProPerryLP. I've been getting a lot of, this is one of those opportunities where we have a double event here. So I don't know what to do in this location or this situation. I think we'll have to just take the first one that appears in this slot right here, I think. All right, gate. What was this one? Statue. Oh, that would have been interesting. But we're going to have to go with gate. Yeah, so you can tweet me out a picture at ProPerryLP. And I've been really inspired by all of you guys' things that you've sent me on Twitter. I should really compile something together where I can show all the different creations that you guys have done. I'm just going to put back this statue thing in one of these dispensers. Sure, we'll put it back in there. We'll save that for another episode. And this is kind of like the inner guts of it. If you've never seen it, this is my redstoning skills at its best there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off into another part of the world. I was going to say something else, but I'm not going to. I'm going to find out a suitable location. That's what I was going to say, actually. Yeah, I'm going to try and find a nice place for us to build. And when we come back, I will show you where we are. All right, so I think I found a location. We're not too far away. I don't like to go too far away from where I start out from, because I know that I have to end up back at Mr. Random for the next episode. So he's just down there. I decided on this area because I'm thinking gate. It's got to be an entrance to some sort of area. And what I have to do now is to try and clear away this area. And I think what I want to try and accomplish is to be able to kind of make a V-type pattern. Like kind of carve out the mountain like this. And then I think this one looks pretty good. So I think I'm going to leave it. But you can see kind of like a V-type shape. And then we'll install the gate in there, because I think with the word, I might have to make it a little bit bigger though. Yeah, I'll have to make it a little bit bigger. I want to be able to insert as much detail as possible into this, and so I need as much room as possible. It's usually pretty handy when you're designing something. Give yourself as much room as you can, because Oftentimes you run out of detail elements. I mean, these blocks are only a certain, you know, a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? A certain size, and it's pretty static. There are a few details that you can put into it, like fences and, well, iron bars and all those things, but for the most part you're dealing with blocks that can only take up one space at a time, so it kind of limits your options as to what you can do for detail. And so this is why I tend to build very big in most of my builds, because I know that I want to have all that detail in there. I'm trying to go for a natural look here in the mountain, so I'm just slowly carving it away. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm gonna step away for a little bit. When we come back, I'll get to start building this gate here, but I think I need to carve away this mountain just a little bit more. Alright, so I've cleared out the space as best as I could. I ended up filling in this area just a little bit, mainly because I wanted a nice flat surface to work off of, and it's not that big of a space. Of course, we want to try and keep our builds to about 30 or 40 minutes, depending on what you decide to do. Sometimes inspiration can take over. You can spend hours doing something, but usually because we're doing such like a quick type build, we want to be able to explore the idea as best as possible and then just move on. So try to keep it about 30-40 minutes. I don't really recommend timing yourself or anything like that. It kind of puts pressure on you. Well, it puts pressure on me, that's for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and try to figure out a decent looking gate for this area, and we have our diamond that we are taking a look at right now. I'm looking at the shape of it, the ovalness of it, and then I can kind of see, I don't know about you, but I'm using my imagination here, and I can kind of see there's like a little diamond in the middle, and then there's kind of like these little bars that come off of it and then across the top. That might be something of a detail element that we can incorporate into it, but we are going to sort out some blocks now. I really want to use a block of diamond just for kicks. It's just something that I think really works well with this. It's a diamond. I mean, come on, why not? If there's any opportunity to use a block of diamond, I think you use it. And in taking a look at the rest of these blocks, I wonder if emerald would work well with the diamond. I don't know. We'll try something out here. I'm just gonna put a couple blocks down here. Oops. There we go. I don't know. That could look real interesting. The details in the emerald, however, kind of detract personally from what I want to try and accomplish here. I would rather have a flat block going in here. So maybe the emerald might not be a good choice. Perhaps a stained clay of sorts would work for our benefit. We have gray. I want to try and pick a neutral tone because it's the what is this, turquoise? It's kind of a turquoisey type color. It's a highlight, and you want something kind of neutral in order to balance the whole thing. We have that. We have block of quartz, but I used that last episode, so I don't think I'm gonna go with that. Oh, we do have these prismarine things, these blocks, and we have red sandstone, which might not be very advantageous for us. Got black stained clay. I was going to use the white, but there's some hints of red in it, so I don't think that would be possible. All right, let's just take a look at these ones. We got our black stained clay here. That could be real interesting. I mean, yeah, just looking at that, the contrast of colors looks pretty cool. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. But I do have to worry about, I want to add in some details, and we don't have that large of a space, so I think that we want to try and find a block that limits our options very much in terms of what we can do with that. Now, how about nether brick? Nether brick might be a good option, because I'm looking for the stair and slab combo. It's real unfortunate you can't stair and slab everything, so okay. That could be interesting. I like that. I'm gonna go with it. So we got our nether brick, and we got their diamond blocks. We're gonna use the diamond blocks mainly as a highlight element, but I think the nether brick themselves is going to make up the main portion of the gate. So once I start to find out a suitable design, we'll come back and I'll talk all about that. Alright, so I am just trying to work out some of the main guts of the gate. Of course, I want an entrance here, so that's really important. So I put down these 2 blocks to kind of signify this area I'm not going to build in. It's a nice area for us to walk through, of course, and you want to have enough room. But now I want to focus on the shape, and I think I want to play with this oval design, this top half portion, and I think I'm going to copy it pretty much directly as it is, because you can see there's little, it's like split up in little blocks there, the way that the pixels are on the diamond. And so I think that's 2 blocks, and then 1, 2, and then across the top I think it's about 4. Oh, okay. Well, that's an even number of blocks going across here. So that's okay. I'll just make it an odd number. That's not such a big deal, but I do want to follow the arch shape of it. So I want to try and emulate that over here. Oops. Like that. Then going across 2. And then we want to build across the top. I think it goes across 3. And then we want to come back down like so, and then another 2, 1, 2, hook that up. All right, so that's not bad. And now I want to try and incorporate these kind of diagonal elements to it. I'm pretty much copying the diamond shape 1 for 1, which is, you know, I'm not really a big fan of copying things when you're coming up with your own design or inspiration, but in this case I do like the shape of it and the way it works. And we might be building a little bit too small for my liking, because there's a lot of details that I would like to incorporate into it. However, I don't think I can, because, well, there's just not enough space to place in all the blocks that I want to place. I think we'll try to get a diagonal element going on here. Okay, that's not bad. Widened up the entrance quite a bit, but that's cool. That's cool. And then we want to add in more blocks up here. This I'm just trying to see if it works. It might. It might. Yeah, that's not bad. It's like a gate within a gate, which I quite like. I quite like that. And so now there's just the problem of there's too much space in here. We can put in lots of details there. Maybe for now I'll just fill this in, and then I can take a step back and I can take a look at it. Don't be afraid to just place blocks wherever you so desire, and then take a step back and figure out what is the best plan of action, because sometimes after just placing blocks randomly wherever, you come up with ideas here and there, and I found that just blocking things in can give some perspective as to what you want to do next. And maybe something like that will go in the middle. Actually, that's an opportunity for us to add in a block of diamond. It's a nice little highlight element there. No, that looks, I don't like that. I don't like that. So yeah, that's a nice decent start to the gate. I'm gonna think about it a little bit more when we come back. I think I'll have a better idea of what I want to do. Alright, so I've added in some stairs right here just to kind of break it up a little bit. I wanted that detail element of the stairs just to show off the curviness of this arc right here. Same thing with this side, just to keep things nice and symmetrical, of course. Now, I was thinking about adding in something in here just to fill in the space a little bit, but I don't think it's going to really work out because it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, and I don't want to keep the blocks together like this. Seems a little too monotonous for my liking. So we're going to go ahead and try and build something for the top. And I know that I want to keep this shape here. I hope that you can see the shape of it itself with the diamond blocks in there. So I'm going to try and build along the top just to kind of give it a little bit more of an imposing type feel to it. You'll notice that if you look at it, when it rounds off to a top like that, it kind of gives a softer feel to the gate. But I'm thinking about like the way that the nether brick looks and the way that it kind of gives a darker feel to it. It seems like it's an entrance to like an evil fortress or something like that. I'm thinking that I want to add something to the top here. Usually what ends up happening is that if you're standing here and you're looking at it, if it rounds off to a top, it kind of gives off that softer feel to it. But if you add more to the top and you kind of expand it going outwards, kind of like so, if you're following along with my cursor, it gives a more imposing feel to it, like it's much bigger than it actually is. And that's a little design thing that you can take with you, and you can try it out for yourself. If you want to make things look imposing, try to build heavier on the top and then lighter on the bottom. So I think I'm just trying to work it out here, but I think we can kind of get away with something like that. And you'll notice that I'm trying not to put the nether brick together too much, like so, because you end up with sort of like a blocked in feel. You tend to sort of have these places where it just doesn't look like there's any detail. So I try to keep them spaced out as much as possible. And I don't think it's going to work out there. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I hope you get what I'm trying to say here, is that I don't want to have places where it's just full on nether brick. I want to leave that space, whether or not it's air or I'm going to insert the diamond in there. It gives us an opportunity really just to add in more and more detail. And I think I want to add something like that going up. Okay. And how did I have that? Like that? No? What did I do? Oh, I see. I see what I did. There we go. Much better, much better. And I think I want to... maybe we'll go up a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go away for a little bit and I'll try and work out the details of it. When we come back, hopefully we'll have a close to finish build. Alright, so this is what I've come up with. Not really my best work, but again, this is a quick little session of building to get some inspiration. We will of course take this and put it into our memory bank for a later date when we are trying to build something a little bit more meaningful to us. But this is a pretty good build, I think. Like I said, not my best. You can see that I've used the diamond to kind of highlight some of the areas of the build. I've left some of the spaces empty, just to highlight the fact that there's this cross pattern in here, one of those diagonal elements to incorporate into it. And I kind of came up with a butterfly pattern for some reason, or a really weird X. Sure. And in the middle, there's a little focal element there. I felt that there was kind of some symmetry going on here. So right in the middle is a nice opportunity to make something a little bit different. I decided to put in a gold block just for whatever, just an element that kind of highlights the entire area, and it's a block that you wouldn't normally use in the entire build, so it's a good opportunity for us to just have somewhere a focal point. That's the words I'm looking for. So I think we can call this build done, and it's been about, I would say, about 40 minutes. 40 minutes of thinking and tinkering around with the idea and trying to figure out what looks good, what doesn't look good. Of course, if you would like to try it out yourself, don't forget to tweet me out a picture at ProPerryLP on Twitter, and I would love to see all your different creations, and I'll of course retweet it out to everybody else. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you so choose. It really helps me out a lot. And don't forget to leave your comments down below of anything you would think about the series or what you think of this build. Be gentle. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So that's it for me. Always remember, keep your head up, and I will see you in the next one.